Hey girls, so I'm going to talk about goal mapping. Okay, so this is something really that Jess always had us doing from the very beginning. Even if we didn't have a team, she would always ask us to goal map because it just really, sets ourselves. We set our own goals, and it kind of gives us something to look at to work towards. And it also for people that have bigger teams, it helps us set goals for them and for us to kind of see make a big huge goal map to see where our team will be at the end of the month if everybody meets their goals. Okay, so get out of here, cats. Go. They're fighting. Okay, so this is my team's goal maps. Okay, goal map that I set up for them. I always do one every single month, and it just gives them, this is not the goals they have to meet, just gives them something to work towards. And if they don't meet it, it's okay, but it's just something for them to work towards, and for them to see where we're all going to be if we do what I have mapped out. Okay, so first of all, everybody's goal map looks different. I'm sure Jess's looks different than mine, but usually what I do is, a lot of it's, I've learned how to do this from Jess, but what you do is I put my name and then the month, and then I put Keisha's May goals, and then I put $1,000 PRS and recruit 3. Okay, that's the goals that I have for this month. And a lot of times too, what you can do is you can put last month's, what you had, how many recruits you had last month, and what your PRS was last month, so you can kind of compare to see how well you're doing. And then what you do is you list all the members on your team here, okay? And then what I do is, even second gen too, I put I don't put Brooke because she is an elite, so I don't put all of her people under, I put all of her people down. I just put her, and then I put because once her team gets, sorry if I'm confusing you guys, but once her team gets to a certain status, like green status, her numbers drop from under me anyways because she's underneath of me. So I don't really, I put hers there for her personal PRS because she is my first recruit, and then I'll just do let her do whatever she wants to her team. But I like to see what my team is going to be like when her team drops off, because more than likely, me and her are always the same. We're always side by side with every single thing we do, every promotion that we have. So I always like to see what my team is going to do without Brooke's numbers. So that's why I don't put all Brooke's numbers, team's number here. All right, so then I put all my first gens, and then I put their second gens on the inside there, and then I put out from it, I put the PRS that I set for them to have. I look off, how I set my goals for each of my girls is that I look at the previous month. For instance, if they only sold $200 last month, I'm not going to set their PRS to 1,000. You know what I mean? I'm just not. I'll probably do I don't know, if it was 200, I'll say 500. I'll just say that. You know what I mean? That might be not being, I don't know. I just don't want to overwhelm them. I just want to, and if they go higher, that's even better. But I at least set it to 500 if they did 200 last month. Okay, so that's still doing better than what they did last month. And then I put, what status they're going to be. I'll put, let's see, and then I have, so then what I have here on the side, it's kind of backwards, I know. So I have, this girl here, she has her own team. And then I put her people underneath of her. I put, their PRSs together. And then I put this arrow here to see what their projected numbers are together, to see where Kelsey will hit for next month if all of her girls hit the goals that I have set for them, okay? And then, what else? And then over here, and I also put, recruits. If I, how many, I wanted everybody to recruit at least one this month. I might set my goals a little low, but I mean, I don't know. I don't want to overstress. I don't want to stress and overwhelm, my team. So I might set the bar a little low, but I don't know. I feel like I'm okay with it, with what's going on. Okay, so what else? Let me look. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. If I'm confusing you, please drop some questions below. Okay, and then on the side here, what I do is, and if I forget anything, Jess, you tell me and you put it down there too. I'm not going to get offended by it. But for team goals, I have, what kind of team goals you have for your team. I put everyone recruit 1. That's what I always say, okay? And because recruitment's a huge thing and the biggest thing. So recruitment's always a goal that we have, okay? So then I have, what our circle sales is going to be like, and for without Brooke's team. I usually do without Brooke's teams. And then, you know, with Brooke's teams, they usually are right behind us. And then I put, you know, what we are expected to maintain this month. I also put, like, the goals that I have. Like, sometimes you can put team goals, as in work with, you can say, I don't know, Jess does a lot of this. She'll put, you know, work with such and such, motivate such and such. She'll do different things. So maybe she, you know, she can maybe add to the video too. I don't know. But that's how I do my goal mapping. It's nothing special. It just really gives me a look at where we will be if everybody hits their goals. I feel like I do a pretty good job. You just have to don't be too strict on your numbers, okay? Like, look at your numbers and, like, you know, I always set myself to at least 1,000. That's what I shoot for every single month, is to at least have $1,000 PRS. If I don't hit it, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. You know, I try as much as I can and do as much as I can to get my PRS where I want it. But sometimes it doesn't work out, and that's okay, because that's what sales are. You just have to keep on doing what you're doing, keep being consistent, keep, you know, working every single day, whether you think anybody is listening or watching or not. You just keep on trucking. Even if you feel like you're talking to yourself, you got to keep on working, because before you know it, it's going to pay off. Like, for instance, you know, like 1 month, you know, I may feel I don't work as hard as I should have. Well, the next month I'm going to feel that. I've seen this, okay? If you just said, oh, I'm going to step back and take a break this month, well, the next month you're going to feel it, and you really do. And you don't think it's 1 month's going to make a difference, but it does. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I'm supposed to be talking about goal mapping. But, so anyways, this goal mapping is a really nice thing. Like I said, I just put, you know, my month's goals up here. I can make a, if you guys want help with it, I can help you with it. I can make kind of like I can just send a picture of this to anybody, because my girls aren't going to care. These aren't their numbers. This is just what I have projected for them, you know. So yeah, that's how I did my goal mapping. It's not really much. I didn't really prepare much for this video, because all I had to do was show my goal map of how I did it. So I just put, you know, my first generations, what the PRS I have expected for them, I would like for them to have, projecting off of last month's goals, and then I have the second gens underneath of them with their numbers. And then what I do is, for each team, I make a little arrow here, and I put what their numbers are going to be together, and what promotion it's possible for them to get every single time. And then also in the circles, that means recruit one. That's what I always put in the circles, is like how many recruits I want them to have, or I would like them to have. And then, like I said, on the other side, I put, you know, like what the numbers are for. I add up all of my numbers here, every single one of them over here, and that will tell me what my monthly circle sales would be without Brooke's team. Because it's very important, because Brooke's numbers drop off after a certain point. So once you get to green, if you have a green underneath of you, their numbers drop off from your numbers. So, for instance, like if you hit $10,000 and Brooke's team did $5,000 and I did $5,000, so whenever Brooke's team hits green, then all of a sudden my circle sales are going to drop from 10 to 5, and it's like a gut punch almost. You're like, oh God, that sucks. But you have to have at least $4,000 in circle sales to hit green if that happens. So I believe, yeah, I think 4,000. So yeah, that's how I do my goal mapping. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you want me to post a picture, I will. I do this every single month. At the beginning of the month, I try to get this out to my team, just to have them, you know, just to work towards something. If they, usually what I do is with my team, I reward them for the highest PRS, the most recruit, and that's what I usually do, just to reward them a little bit, you know, for their hard work. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If I wasn't informative enough, like I said, ask some questions, because I feel like this was pretty much, you know, pretty easy to understand. But it took me a while to understand it too, but I will post a picture if you want me to. So you guys have a great night, and I hope I made sense. So bye.